Hey guys, so today is Saturday, and it's actually a little late in the afternoon. I had an accident, just took a little tiny nap. Um, Man, I don't know why I was so tired. I did a little workout outside. I went to Walmart and I decided to buy a dumbbell. I already have a little bit of equipment to work out by myself. You know, I've done a lot of calisthenics over the years, which is just body weight workouts. And I had a kettlebell, and I decided to get a dumbbell. Um, just because where I'm going now is even further away from the gym, and yeah, so I thought maybe instead of wasting the money on gas, because it's like a 40-minute drive to the gym from my RV park, and we'll get into that in a few minutes. So for today's shave, our next shave soap on the list is going to be First Line Shave again. This time it's going to be the Weight. And this one's a really cool artwork label. Mine's a little messed up. It's like one of my only labels that has gotten messed up, so I just don't know if it's just not built really well. But it is what it is. There's the matching splash. And remember I was saying on the last video how he matches it to the label? Like this bottle is red. So cool. So this one's a really interesting soap to me. A lot of the scent notes that are in it are things that deal with suicide and addictions, right? So there's supposedly like a boozy note in here. There's a blood note, I think, in here. There's a rose note in here. There's a smoke. And I think there's even like a gunpowder note in here, if I remember correctly. So really kind of weird when you think of that. This does hit home for me as an active duty. Well, I'm not active duty anymore, but as a retired Marine that was active duty, I lost a lot of good buddies. I lost a lot of Marines to suicide over the years. It's a sad statistic, but I think as of today that statistic still exists. It's about 22 vets every day kill themselves, and that's a pretty astonishing statistic, but from my experience it's pretty true. And yeah, so that's what we're going to use for shaving with today. On a better note, the scent on this thing, bold and banging, man. Bold and banging. We're going to be still using that Alpha Outlaw Galaxy Evolution TI. It has a Wizamet, and I think it's on its 4th or 5th use. This is going to be the last use. I do have a brush over here in the little mug. Boom. And it's going to be the Varlet 27mm HD. That shape's called the Orion. I don't know what this pour is called. I heard a gentleman call it cookies and cream, and I thought that was awesome. So that's what I'm going to call it, cookies and cream. So this is that HD knot. I've been using it quite often, like I said, because I just want to get it well broken in to see how it performs. We have the soap over here blooming. It's not a super hard soap. Like, I can push into it with my finger, but I just wanted to bloom it. Like I told you guys, I bloom quite a few of my soaps even if I don't have to. The only ones I don't bloom are the ones that are like stupid soft. The other soap I used in my last video, Illustrious Oud, on the tub it said it was in the 3.0 base. I don't see anything on this one saying it's in the 3.0 base, so I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's in a different base. I'm under the presumption that I've only tried the 3.0 base because this one, from what I remember, performs just as good as the illustrious algae soup. But yeah, I bought that dumbbell because I was like kind of doing the math in my head, and I go to the gym on the Navy base here because it's free, right? Because I'm a retired Marine. I get into the gym and facilities on base for free. So I figure, why pay for a gym membership if I have a free gym that I can use? And for the last, like, I don't know, 3 years and some change, 4 years, I've been doing nothing but running and calisthenics, right? I stopped weight training. I used to be a pretty big gym rat before the RV life, and I really enjoyed the gym. But once I got into the RV living and more nomadically moving all the time, I stopped going to the gym because I wanted to see, can I still have a decent physique? Can I still live a healthy lifestyle without the gym? In case if I go somewhere like, say, I go RV out in the desert in the boondocks where there's not even a gas station, right? You know, can I still get a workout in out there? So I wanted to kind of set myself up for success in that ideology, and it worked great. Like I did lose some muscle because, you know, you're not going to build muscle as efficiently with your body weight that you are with being able to lift weights, because you can only lift your body so many times, right? But with weights, you can put on more weight than your body, and you can use those compound lifts to really build some solid muscle. But about maybe 6 months ago, I started hitting the gym again when I was in Key West visiting my mom, living in the RV there for 90 days. And that's because the RV park I was staying at was on a Navy base there. So it was actually a short little bicycle ride to the gym there. And this one, it's not loading great, to be honest. So I don't know if this is a different base because, you know, the other day I used my turn and shave high density, not in it. It loaded with ease. For this one, I'm not sure if this is going to be loaded enough. We'll see. But we're going to go with that. And that's kind of what we got left. There is a little hair in there. I don't know if that's from this. I think it is because I usually clean out my soaps beforehand. But where I'm at right now, it's about 14 miles to the gym on base, which isn't too bad, right? And I don't go to the gym every day because I kind of train in a hybrid method, meaning I do weight training with running. And what I was doing is I was going to the gym about 3 days a week. I was doing upper body 2 of those days, and then I was doing a strength weightlifting lower body. And then 3 days a week I would run. So I was working out about 6 days a week. The seventh day I was doing like dynamic stretching, yoga, things like that. And we're just gonna dip this into the water and we're gonna go right to it. But and it depends on the weather. You know, some days I wouldn't go to the gym if the weather was really that bad, or I won't run because the weather's that bad. But, you know, then I got here and I was still going to the gym. The gym here is definitely more packed than the gym was in Key West. I rarely would ever see anybody in the gym in Key West, to be honest. Yeah, we need some more agua, and we're definitely going to need some more water, I think. So I'm going to bloom this a little bit longer. And I was blooming it with cold water, which that could be part of the why it's not working so great right now. But this is definitely not loading as good. And even now, I feel like it's not building a lather as dense as the other one. So maybe this is the 2.0 base for all I know. was doing some math, and I know, man, like, I have the money, I shouldn't be doing math like this, but it's about 14 miles each way to the gym. My truck gets pretty shitty gas mileage. It gets about a little less than 14 when I'm not towing. When I'm towing, it only gets like 6 miles to the gallon or something like that when I tow the RV. And it's an older truck. It's a 2003, right? So it's 21 years old. It has 280,000 miles on it. I've thought about upgrading it, but man, it still looks pretty decent, and it still runs pretty flawlessly. So I kind of think to myself, like, why get rid of something when it's still working? I think we're going to go with that, but that is not my ideal lather structure. And then for the second round, I'm going to go back into the puck to try to load some more. But it's 14 miles, so that's about a gallon of gas. And a gallon of gas is about $3. Like today it was like $3.30, but then just like last week it was like $3.10. So I don't know if gas prices are as crazy near you guys. And I mean crazy by not high. I don't think $3.30 is high. I lived in SoCal for ooh, hear the blue pitch? I lived in SoCal for a while, so $3 doesn't really faze me for gas, but it changing 20 cents in a week is kind of crazy, and it fluctuates like that here since I've been here, and it fluctuated like that even in Key West too, which is weird. But anyways, so it costs me a little over 2 gallons to go to the gym and come back. And I don't stay in the gym very long. I'm only in the gym like an hour or less, because I try to tell myself, when I was a gym rat, I'd be in there for 2 or 3 hours. And again, I did have quite a bit more muscle stacked on me, but I don't necessarily think it was the most efficient way to work out. I think I was overdoing it, and my body was younger, so it could take it. Just to be frank, as you get older, your body can't recover as fast. And look at that. See all that stuff coming off. But it's a little over 2 gallons, right? It's probably closer to 2.5. I don't know, but it's at least 2 gallons. And say an average of $3 a gallon. Like I told you guys, it's a little over like $3.30 right now here today. When I was out, I saw it was about $3.30, and it got me thinking that, okay, at $3 a gallon every time, that's $6 every time I go to the gym, and I was doing it 3 days a week, right? So that's 6, 12. It's $18 a week. Not a lot of money. I get it. But $18 a week times that by 4, that's 40. That's a lot of money. Like, I don't know, we're spending like over 50, 60 bucks a month in gas just to get to the gym. And the thing is, I told you guys I'm about to move to Alabama to a more permanent spot. I've slowed down my nomadic lifestyle where I'm moving every about 30 days, not 30 days, every 90 days now. I was moving before every 30 days to every 2 weeks. So it's been nice, spending 3 months in one spot. And actually, even here, I got here in the beginning of February. So even here, I'm only staying about 60 days. The plan was to stay till May, which would have been 90. But then I found this RV park that you can stay longer, and you know, it has a pool. So I decided to book it a little sooner. And I told you guys I booked that one now for 12 months. So technically, I can stay there for the next year till April 2025 in the same spot. Now we're just going to load back up again, like I said. Hopefully this works out a little better. But the RV park's even further away, right? Because I'm in Pensacola, Florida right now. The gym's in Florida. So now I'm even further away from that gym. And so now I'm probably about twice as far. So now instead of it being 2 gallons, a gallon there and a gallon back, it's going to be about 2 gallons there, 2 gallons back. So at that rate, it's, you know, $6 to get there, $6. It's $12 a day every time I want to drive, you know, so it's 36 bucks a week. And I just bought a, you know, not super heavy, but a 30-pound dumbbell, because I feel like you don't want to get super heavy. You want something light enough to where you can do reps with it, and you can do different things. Like that one, you know, I can do thrusters with it over my head. I can do curls with it. I can lay on the ground and do tricep isolations with it. And even like my kettlebell, it's not super heavy, right? Like I can, you know, lift a 70-pound kettlebell, but it's a 35. So this way I can do reps with it, and I can do a bunch of different things, because I don't want to have too many things like that, because you got to watch your weight with RV life and how much stuff you have, right? But look at that. Remember in my last video I was losing quite a few hairs? 2 more hairs. See how that goes. Little agua on it, and we're going to go back second pass. And that one seemed to load up quite a bit easier. So it could have also been I just haven't used the soap in a while, and it needed a little hot water on it to really soften it up. But yeah, so I decided, you know what, that 30-pound dumbbell, it was like 37 bucks. So by just not going to the gym on base for a week, I could basically pay for that dumbbell, right? And then what I plan to do is I'm going to start looking, once I get to the RV spot and settled in for a couple days, I'm going to see if there's any local gyms, you know, whether that's like a Planet Fitness or an Anytime Fitness, or you know, maybe one that's not even a chain, and see how much they are, because they're usually fairly cheap. Because I could pay for a gym membership at something like that that's closer for the cost of what it would cost me to drive to the military gym that's free. Because, you know, at the gym there is more stuff there that I can't do here. You know, there's more equipment, there's more different exercise machines where you can get overhead type things going on. But I've thought about, if I do stay that whole 12 months, it would be worth it to get a couple more pieces of equipment and then just sell them when I leave. Like something I'm thinking about doing is getting a pull-up bar that also has a dip bar on it. Because between pull-ups, dips, a kettlebell, and my dumbbell, and I also have a TRX little rope style system that I could tie to that. You know, I usually tie it to like trees and stuff, but that new RV spot I have, it doesn't have any trees. So I could tie it to that pull-up bar. And with that right there, honestly, I could hit almost any style of upper body that I would possibly want to. You know, now if your goal is to like be a bodybuilder on stage, you're gonna still want to go to a gym and hit actual weights, right? If your goal is to be a strongman and compete in strongman competitions, you're gonna want to go to a gym that has strongman equipment. But for a guy like me that just wants to you know, look decent, have a decent physique, be strong and healthy. Like that's my real goal is like I want to be strong and healthy. Like, you know, on move day when I'm moving stuff outside into my RV, I want to be able to lift that stuff without having really a big struggle. Um, you know, as I get older, I want to be able to, you know, lift things like, you know, I've seen people like dads, right? Dads that are in their late 30s, and I'm in my late 30s, I'm 39. Dads that are in their late 30s that can't pick up their kids because when they pick up their kids and they hold them for a few seconds, their backs are so weak that they start having lower back pain, right? Or they start having upper back pain, or they pull a muscle. Like, I just never want to be that. So, you know, and I'm not saying I don't care about how I look, because, yeah, I still do want to have, you know, a little bit on the lower body fat percentage, have a little bit of muscles, but I'm not that magazine ripped guy. Like, that's not me. That'll never be me. You know, I still eat fast food. Like, just yesterday, I had Chick-fil-A. But it's all about a balance. And I'm thinking, if I'm going to be somewhere for a while, that buying a pull-up bar with a dip might be worth it. But the thing is, yeah, I don't think I could take it with me because those are just so big and I don't have that big of an RV. I'm not sure if I could fit it in here during move day, and I know it definitely can't fit in my truck on move day. But we'll see. Maybe I can find something that could. I just have never seen anything that like that you can break apart and it gets that small that where it's easy to just to load it. So round two. And this is a much better lather than that first round. It loaded easier. It's denser. Sure goes to show you if you have a lot of soap that sometimes your soap base it might just get too dry to where you need to like I just did. When I first bloomed it, I was blooming it with cold water because I was an idiot and I was too lazy to wait for the hot water to get hot. But now that I just bloomed it with hot water, it loaded so much easier. It built better lather. So not a bad soap base, right? It's just an old puck of soap that needed to get that hard top layer off. Yeah, so I mean there's a little life update for you. And again, you know, I also feel like am I being a little cheap by buying that dumbbell? Yeah. But I think it's also cool to have a dumbbell. Like I said, I have a kettlebell already, a 35 pounder. It comes in great for when I just want to get a quick workout in. And honestly, sometimes it's just annoying having to drive that far to the gym. Um, and then even like that gym, I go at random times. I don't go at like lunchtime because I know all the active duty military guys will be there during lunch. I don't go like before 8 o'clock because I know all the active duty military guys will be working out, right? Because they'll hit the gym before they work out. But that one, it always has a bunch of people. So that's another thing with me is why I like working out at home because I don't have to worry about people. Because one thing that irks me, man, when I go to gyms isn't that people don't know what they're doing. It's that I'll see people that know what they're doing and they're just fucking around, man. Like they'll be using something like the last time I went to that gym, there was a guy in there that instead of taking the dumbbells and going to away from all the other dumbbells on the rack. He was sitting here lifting right in front of those dumbbells. So now nobody else can go to the dumbbell rack and get them. And I'm like, dude, like, what a douchebag. Like, simply take the dumbbells and go somewhere else and work out with them. Don't work out with them right in front of the dumbbell rack. So now either A, somebody has to stop you and you're going to try to act like a dick to them, or B, they can't grab the rack. Little agua. And I'm sorry, I'm that guy. So I stopped the guy when he was during his workout, and I'm like, hey man, like, I need to get some of these dumbbells. And of course he was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, really, you're right in front of the dumbbell rack. Oh, look at this. 2 more hairs. Not sure about this. That is probably, I don't know, that just feels like a lot of hairs to be losing. And as you guys see though, I haven't been rough with it or anything. I mean, and then even now, as we're sitting here, another hair. Another hair. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reach out to the guy I bought it from and ask him, like, how many times did you use it and was he losing a lot of hair? Because it's lost quite a bit of hair now. And like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with brand new uh, Varlets. I've only bought used. So maybe that is normal for a Varlet to lose that many hairs. I don't know. Well, even with losing those hairs, I don't feel the difference in the density on my head, which is good. All right, we're gonna go with that. Even that though, like, that's a little thinner than I like. Again, maybe this is not the 3.0 base, so maybe that's why I'm just not enjoying this base as much as the illustrious out. The scent though, man, bold and banging. I would give this scent a 7 or 8 out of 10. And it's complex, man. Like, I smell a little bit of the rose. I smell a little bit of a booziness. I smell kind of this really nice, like, sweetness. It might, I don't know if there's an out in there. I smell a little bit of gunpowder, but not smoke, but definitely a gunpowder. If you've ever shot guns before, you probably know that smell. But it's in the way backdrop of the scent. Like, you would really have to know what gunpowder smells like to probably pick it up. And also, my sniffer's a little off today. I don't know what it is, but my nose has been a little clogged today. I did end up selling one of my brushes. Sweet. Mailed it off today. It was my Grizzly Bay Terran the Universe V17 that came with a wooden box. Gosh, man, great handle. But it was one of those ones where it just had too low a backbone. I still have a Declaration Grooming B13 for sale. And I also still have my Tan Z High Mountain White for sale. Now, if any of you guys are looking for either of those brushes, hit me up. I'll give you a good deal on them. But, one part of me has thought about upgrading my RV to a bigger RV. And a big reason for that is space. Like, if I had a bigger RV, I would probably have more weights, to be honest. More gym gear that I could just, work out from here. Like, if I had my own house, I would definitely have my own gym gear. Um, I don't know necessarily would that be in the garage or would that be in the backyard somewhere, but I would definitely have a couple dumbbell sizes. I would definitely have a couple kettlebell sizes. And I would probably have, I don't know if I would have a bench. If it was in the garage, I would have a bench. But if it was outside, I would definitely have like a rack. So that way, you could do with um, like a military overhead press type style. And I would like to have some Olympic weights with like some bumper plates. So I could do some Olympic lifting like clean and jerks and things like that, some deadlifts. All right, let's see what we got. That was our third pass. Scent is great. I was a little disappointed with the soap base. And again, man, like, I don't know if this is the 3.0 base, like the Illustrious Oud. I'm having a feeling it's not because it doesn't say 3.0 on it like the other one did. So I'm thinking it might be the base before 3.0. And I'm not impressed with this base, to be frank. Love the scent, not impressed with this, but again, this is an older base, it has to be, right? So what you're going to be buying now on his website or somewhere else is probably a 3.0 base, which was phenomenal yesterday. You know what? Let's go straight into a quick face cleanup, guys. We're doing a quick face cleanup on camera too. Hopefully there's enough there. And this gives me a kind of a chance too to feel the post shave on this one, because right now I'm also not impressed with the post shave feel as of right now. Like the 3.0 base felt better than this. This doesn't feel great at all. It kind of feels drying, to be honest, right now. My head feels a little dry. This razor is performing pretty flawlessly, though. The slickness is there. I do think 3.0 was a little slicker, though, than this. But I'm not liking how it loads the brush. And this is my low density Varlet. Like, this is my lowest density knot, probably, arguably, right now. So this should load the easiest, and it wasn't that enjoyable to load. Yeah, we're just going to do a one pass cleanup. Like I told you guys, I don't always need a whole lot of passes for the cleanup. Just because we're cleaning up just the edges, right? Uh, you know, Probably the neck, if anything, if I was going to need two passes, would be the thing. I also hope the light is okay on this. I've noticed on the last couple of videos the light hasn't been great. Kind of one of those bummers about RV living. Unfortunately, I'm not in a bathroom like I would be in my apartment or house with a bright light. I could turn on this light. This light is pretty bright. but I just feel like it's a little too bright. Yeah, and I think we're good with that. Yeah. I am going to do one more pass on the neck though. And we're just going to go to the tub a little bit just to get a little bit of that lather, a little water on there. Yeah, I don't know, guys. This soap might be a move. Again, I love the scent on it, but I'm not liking this base. So I might move this one and just buy a whole brand new tub of the newer base. I need to get online and see if he has this in stock. You know, another cool thing about where I'm moving to is I'm gonna finally be able to have shit mailed to my place again. Because depending on your RV park, like where I'm at right now, for some reason USPS will not deliver here. Like Amazon does, FedEx does, UPS, but USPS, the United States Postal Service, doesn't deliver to this RV park. I find that super weird. It's usually the other way around. And then see, I'm just going across the grain on this one. You remember my last video, I went against the grain for the second one, and I got those weepers. Ooh. I just got another weeper on my Adam's apple. I told you my Adam's apple was always a hard spot anyways, though. I used to get quite a few weepers even before I had a beard. So let's get some agua on that face. Wipe off some of that excess. And yeah, post shave, it leaves a lot to be desired, if you ask me personally. Um, I can't say if it's the worst I've ever had, but it's the worst I've had in a while. And again, you guys saw the last video, Lustrous Out 3.0, first line shave 3.0 base, phenomenal, love it. This base though, I don't know what base it is. It does not say on the thing. So I don't know if his original base maybe just didn't even have a name. Ooh. Okay. Wow. I want to see if there's any alcohol in this because I feel no burn. Yeah. First thing is alcohol. I wasn't sure because I felt like I got a really close shave on my head. Oh yeah, Splash is bold and banging, man. Woo! It's a little different than the soap. It has less sweetness. It has a little bit more of that gunpowder note to it. It's more boozy too, like a really nice, like addictive boozy. And then it has like this backdrop of maybe like a rose. But the soap is like a really sweet smelling smell. And this isn't. This is more of like a masculine gunpowder booze. That's good, man. But see, again, this is why like I have trouble dropping the whole not buying the matching splash. Because if you don't have the matching splash, I would never have gotten that experience just now. Oh yeah, look at that. Got a weeper right there on the Adam's apple. And this isn't a BBS on the neck. It's a BBS up here. On the neck, though, it's a DFS. Head, BBS. Not impressed with that base, though. Again, I don't know what base this is. I'm super impressed with the Frontline Shave 3.0 base, but this one that has no base on the tub, not impressed with. I'll have to look on the website to see if his current weight, does it say 3.0 on it? Because that'll tell me right there. Because this base just, you saw today, it just didn't perform as easily and nice. It also, in person, doesn't feel as slick, or doesn't feel as good for the post-shave. So yeah, I think this is going to be a move, and I might have to upgrade to the 3.0 weight shaving soap. So again, I'm not knocking FLS's base that he has right now, the 3.0. That's great. I don't think this is the 3.0. I think this is his base before that, and this is not good. I don't like this. I don't enjoy this. There's that. Recap. Today we used the Varlet 27mm HD cookies and cream pour in the Orion shape. Really great knot. It's still losing some hairs though, so I need to figure that out. We used Frontline Shave the weight. I don't know what soap base. Again, I didn't enjoy this soap base today. I enjoyed the scent was phenomenal, but the 3.0 base is great. Whatever base this is, I didn't like it. We used the Wizamet on its 4th or 5th use in the Alpha Outlaw Galaxy Evolution Ti. Great razor, still loving it. This is a stay. And we used the matching splash. And the splash is a little different than the soap. It brings forward more of a masculine, boozy gunpowder rose scent, where this has all of that too. But I don't know if there's an oud in there or what it is, but there's something really sweet and unique in the backdrop that makes it really sweet, and I think it's an oud. Because it has like a really sweetness, like almost like Illustrious Oud has a really nice sweetness to it, and that's what this has too. Appreciate you guys watching and listening to my rants, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.